lot of courses for Ignite. So starting Monday, we have Ignite Your Business that's taught by me. I have to introduce myself. And Ignite Your Business is just getting you started in how to start lead generation and building your database. Then we have Build Your Business on Wednesday, and that is taught by Wendy. And then we have Find Your Business on Friday, and that is taught by Christy Kimball. I don't know if everybody knows who she is. She's the rainmaker and owner for the Exceptional Home Team. They are, one of our top 3 teams in our Market Center. She's also a MAPS Mastery Coach for Keller Williams International. So, to have the opportunity to be taught by her and get to pick her brain is very valuable, okay? Because she coaches agents all over the country, maybe top producing agents all over the country. So just think about that when she's here on Friday, giving you information of the type of level that she is, okay?
And I'll tell you, can I say one thing about Christy?
Yeah,
you're right. She is a coach, but she's going to give you really practical content. Like this type of lead generation has about 100 to 1 return on it. This type is about a 50 to 1. This type is about a, so she, can give you some powerful content that'll help you make good decisions about what direction you want to go in terms of marketing. Mm-hmm. Don't you think, Trey?
Yes. She's very statistic driven too, so she's going to break things down for you.
Yeah.
She's going to break numbers down, okay?
It's powerful because then it gives you the power to make good decisions.
And I said Wendy, but you weren't here. Wendy will be Build Your Business. So Wendy, tell them about a little bit just about your Wednesday.
That's going to be about database, how you use your database, how you use it strategically to communicate with people, all the different ways that you can get involved and connect with people just from your database is the most powerful tool in your business. They call it the what? Data bank.
Data bank. All that money in that database.
That's right. So that's what we'll be talking about.
Yes. And then Monday, the following Monday on the 12th, we have Derek Steinbach. I don't know.
Actually, is that Win the Seller?
Yeah, Win the Seller.
Actually, he and presentation on Wednesday.
Okay, so Monday will be Beji CMA reports. He is incredible when it comes to, again, statistics and breaking things down and adjustments. So you want to be there for that. And then Wednesday we have Derek.
Yeah,
he's on our wealth building.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that gives all the wealth building. He's an incredible investor, real estate business, and he's going to be on price to sell. And he's a very successful, real estate agent and business owner. And so he's going to bring a lot of value on how to price properties to get it sold, basically. Let's see. Oh, the screen went over. I lost my screen.
So the next one's going to be how to sell and market your listing. And that's Colleen Schultz.
Yeah, Colleen Schultz is doing that.
And that includes staging, open houses, and more.
Yes. And what I love about Colleen is that even though she's very quiet and very humble, but when she says stuff, it's to the point, direct, and valuable information. She's very, very sharp, especially when it comes to real estate business. And so, and when you meet her, you'll see she's so warm and lovely, but when it comes to talking and stuff, she's very sharp. You're going to see that about her.
How long has she been in business? I want to say like 15 years.
Yeah, I think so, around that.
Maybe a little more.
Around that
yeah,
much.
So a lot of experience.
But the kindest, sweetest person, though.
Yes.
Kindest, sweetest person. All right, and then on October 19th, Monday, we have Win the Buyer with Ben. He's one of the Twins teams, the Zurich Twins.
He hasn't confirmed yet, but
okay. If y'all don't know them, they're also one of our teams that just went into this year into luxury. Really has dominated the luxury market in the last year. And they've really built a substantial business so very quickly together, the two brothers. And so you kind of got to look at them and know their identities, because sometimes I have to ask which was the way to do the hairstyle. But they're sharp. I mean, they're young, they're vibrant, high energy, they're very sharp. So I'm excited hopefully for him to teach a class. And then Beth on Wednesday?
Yes, she
Okay.
confirmed how to find and show homes.
Find and show homes. Beth used to be the coach before me, so she was a proximity coach here. So she used to coach agents and everything. And then her and her husband's teams started really expanding and blowing up. And so she stepped down to focus on that, and now they're doing exceptionally well.
She was a buyer's agent on the Exceptional Home team before coming on board as our productivity coach.
Mhm.
And so she knows the find and show homes part of the business really well too, how to show between 5 and 8 homes before ready in contract instead of 50 homes.
20 and 30 homes.
Yeah, yeah.
So she's an awesome person and everything. So pick her brain.
She is.
Yeah. And then on October 23rd, Friday, Tam. Okay.
Yes.
Make and receive offers with Tam. And Tam, if you've been watching our ALC meetings, she's always up there and always has things to say, you know, just her ideas, her thoughts, her views, perspectives. It's just so sharp. So I'm always a fan of Tam.
I'm a Tam fan, that's what I say.
Tam fan. And she also came in and just so purposefully built a great business. And she added Sam to her team. And now they're doing exceptionally well. And I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to someone that's intentional, driven, and determined, Tam is definitely that woman leader and business owner. So please be there for her so you can pick her brain as well. So tell her I said that y'all could. All right, so October 26th, Monday. Okay, so make sure Rick Brahma negotiating the deal. He's also another ALC member. He's a luxury agent. You probably see him or hear him all the time because he's never not spoken.
Right.
That's what I love about Rick. So I'm gonna tell you though, his negotiation course is one that's always well recommended. People talk about it just because the way that he teaches is going to be coming from his experience, the things that he does, which he is kind of a perfectionist when it comes to it. But he's going to give you so much valuable information and takeaway that you can just go and implement right away. I mean, he develops your skill during that course. That's how his teaching is. So when you walk out, you're going to be able to go out there and negotiate any deal by the time he's done with it.
Yeah.
So
he has a master's in psychology
Yep.
and in family counseling. So you can imagine that comes in really helpful when he's teaching you how to negotiate.
So when he turns the lights off, I'm like, negotiate. Then you know why. He's going to hypnotize you to be the negotiating master. That's what he's doing.
Great.
All right. So on Wednesday, October 28th, we have Kelly Dwelling, and she's also on the Exceptional Home team. Okay. And she's like, I always call her the heart of the team because it's just something about her. But she keeps everything organized, keep everything on track, keep everything sharp, even for Christy. You know, she's kind of that communication person between Christy, everybody else, the team, and the whole office. And so, incredible person, nice and sweet. She's going to be doing Close the Deal. And you could talk a little bit more about.
She's the director of operations for Christy's team, and they've been in expansion, all kinds of other things. She also runs their profile management team. They have a team of transaction coordinators. So she has a checklist that she usually shares with you about how to make sure that thing gets from, once you're under contract to closing. Make sure it gets without fault to the closing team. So that's always, I think that's a part of the process that's pretty hidden for people.
Right.
I think most of us don't really know all the details, so it really helps to have someone that gives you the clue.
Right. And very exceptional. That's why they're Exceptional Home team.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last day on October 30th, the day before Halloween, is Blast Off. That's the last course of IGNITE, and that's when I blast you off and go into your business. So that means that we take everything that you've learned from those courses, and it's time to completely implement those things and create and build your business. Now, in between those days, I'm going to let you know, you're going to have homework, you're going to have daily activities, you're going to have missions. And the reason why is because we don't want to just train you with material. We want you to start going out there and doing it. and learning it and building it yourself. Because our goal is when you graduate from IGNITE, you actually end up having a potential buy or listing or transaction as you're going out there doing, you know, the 10-4 and the activities, okay? And some of the activities is, if it's simple things like going to previewing homes. Now just imagine if you went out every day and previewed homes in different areas, different models, how much more of an expert would you be, do you believe? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because, and that's the thing, is that we have to know the inventory, but we have to know the market. So I have a question. For instance, what area do you live in?
Edenburg.
Okay, Edenburg. Name me 3 communities in Edenburg.
Just moved there, so
Yeah.
like, well, and like, so in Egan, because I've been living there for a long time, like I know that there is like the town center area of Egan,
Okay.
and then there is more of like this kind of like East Egan, where it's a different school district. There's Egan High, and then there's Eastview, which kind of leads into Avondale.
Okay. And do you know a community near East Egan High, and do you know the type of homes that they have there?
So the type of homes in East Egan High are going to be more of like the, I would say like demographic is going to be like more of like the upper middle class, and then in like the other area of Egan, it's going to be more higher class, like higher salary, and bigger homes, more luxury homes, because it's also the neighborhood where the mayor used to live as well.
Okay. So do you know that for sure, or you're kind of just saying demographics?
No, I know that for sure.
So what I'm saying is the homes though, what models homes are over there?
I mean, I would say that like the types of homes that they have there are going to be early 90s for like the larger homes, and then the homes in the other areas are going to be like 60s and 70s.
Okay. So the reason why I'm asking, because if I was a buyer and I said, hey, I'm thinking about my kid going Egan High School, and I'm looking for a specific home. I'm looking for a home at this style, this and everything. You should be able to think of, oh, wait a minute, there's a community that I remember seeing that because I previewed homes over there, and that fits your criteria. That makes you an expert of the market. What we normally do is we wait for the buyer to tell us what they're looking for, and then we go search for it in MLS and search for it. See the difference? And then if we can't find it, then we're like, oh, we can't find nothing, or I don't know, and stuff, and that's where we go reactive. So the more that you go and preview homes, go inside, look at them, you know the different models, the communities. Then when a buyer comes up to you, like, you know what, there is a community that fits you. Or I've seen a couple of homes that are like that, and the floor plan matches what you're looking for. Not, hey, let me go on MLS and start searching for it. You see the difference? That's why we have an activity for you to go preview homes during our IGNITE, okay? The other thing is contacts. She's going to talk about database.
Database.
The database, right. And what goes into the database?
Contacts.
See how it adds up? If there's no contacts, there's no database. So every day you're going to have an activity, homework, where you have to have how many contacts do you think? 5, okay. What do you think?
Like to add per day?
Mhm.
20.
Okay. How many will it be?
10.
10.
10 per day, 50 per week.
Yes.
Is what. So by the end of this 4-week session, you should have 200 names of contacts that you have had conversations with about real estate in your database. That's the goal.
Well, you gotta talk to 10 people per day.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Talk to
Meaning-
10 people every day.
Mhm.
Put those 10 people in your database.
Mhm.
And those
That's
10
how
people-
you build.
So on your average Wednesday or Thursday, you find these 10 people via social media.
Anywhere. It's anywhere. Anywhere there's a source.
It could be in line at the grocery store.
Mhm.
It could be you just start going through your phone,
Mhm.
calling people, checking in on them, letting them know I've started with the Homers team and I'm
Mhm.
loving it.
Right, okay, so we
You
gotta
know
get
anybody?
Scripts ready.
So, yeah. And you know what? In IGNITE, there's a
Scripts.
whole packet of scripts
Yes.
that you can download.
Yep.
Or you can just keep them online and look at them there.
Yep.
There's a toolkit for you.
I've got them printed out on my desk.
And the simplest one is the Ford script.
Mhm.
Am I right, Trey?
Yeah.
That is the best place to start as you are beginning to reconnect with people. Just start calling the people in your phone. That's database number one. And as you have a conversation with them, you're going to put them into your database.
So like in the database, you have to like talk about like when you want to smart friends and stuff.
Yes. Yep.
That's
We'll
what
talk about having systemized communication. We'll talk about tags.
Mhm.
We'll talk about, because the goal of IGNITE is to teach you the core habits that are going to build a consistent business. What are the things you need to do on a consistent basis to have a repeatable, solid business? Am I right?
Correct.
So that means you need to have 10 people you're talking to at least every day. You're going to have those 10 contacts in your database.
Mhm.
And then,
No cards.
no.
All right, so this is the thing. On holidays, okay, some of us still, does anybody still get cards like on your birthday, Christmas, holidays, right? And you open the card and you read it, it's signed. How do you feel?
Personal.
Personal, good. What else?
Somebody's thinking about me.
Someone's thinking about you. So think about this. Everybody that you talk to, if you send them a thank you card for their conversation, or if you meet them at the open house, how would they feel if they received a card from you thanking them just for their time?
That would probably stick out.
It will stick out. See how powerful that is? So the personal touch, and I think whoever was on my group coaching always talk about this, right? Feeling. Remember I was talking about this yesterday. You want to feel, have them feel, touch them. Inspire them, touch them, okay? And the simplest thing like a note card does that. Now I know it seems more traditional. I know that some people's note cards, but I'm gonna tell you, whenever, like for instance, our regional director, Jake, whenever he sees something happening, he sends a little note card. Or if you look at my office, I have thank you cards. I actually save them because they're sentimental. Not just someone thinking about me, but someone appreciating just having the time to send out a card saying thank you. It's so powerful. Do you agree with me?
I totally agree. And just if someone said, I love reconnecting with you today,
Yeah.
it makes you feel like you were valued and that they enjoyed being with you, having a conversation. And it doesn't have to be anything profound, but it is. It's a big statement. And I think seeing somebody's handwriting is a really intimate thing, which when you're trying to build trust,
You don't want to see my handwriting.
or you're printing, or you're whatever it is, you know, just it's
does.
different than digital. It's
It
more.
does. And they'll think about it. So when they think about real estate and everything, they're gonna think about the person that took the time to send them something personal like that. That's a touch. Okay. So we do have activities for sending out note cards as well. How many do you think of that? There you go. 10 contacts, 10 note cards. Look at that.
10 database. Those 10 people are going to get into your database and get a little card
There you go.
every day.
Wild.
But this is the habits to create to build your business. Okay. And there's going to be other fundamentals that you're going to learn through the courses that also is going to help you. And also, I'm going to prepare you that we are going to have lead generation activities every course day as well. Okay. So I want you to already be open to come in and be ready to have a call list or people in mind every day of your course, because the first couple of 20 minutes or so, you're going to be doing lead generation. You're going to be contacting people. You're going to be reaching out. You're going to be making contacts. And let's see if you can get 10 contacts in that time period. I've had someone do it before, but that's because they were focused, they were ready, they just went at it. Okay. And, you know, I'm going to tell you, because of both, because of technology, we know that a lot of people are not naturally on phone calls when they'll answer. So it's always now, what, 50-50, text messaging, phone calls. But it can't be, it has to be a back and forth. That means a response for it to be a contact. Not, hey, I text them, they're a contact. No.
Two-way communication.
There's got to
Not
be two-way
outgoing.
communication. Not, okay, I made my 10 contact, I text 10 people. No.
Leave it a voicemail, not a contact.
Okay? So does everybody understand those? And those are kind of requirements. I mean, if we're going to be keeping track of it, and you're going to be monitoring, your results. And the other thing too is that we love acknowledging wins and successes. We love celebrating.
What is a typical response from Joe and Susie when you contact them out of the blue? You haven't spoken with them in over a year.
Well, let's try that. Ring, ring. Say hello. Hi, Jack. It's Wendy. I haven't talked to you in forever. And I was going through my phone and I saw your name and just thought, I should just reach out and see how he's doing. How are you? How have you handled COVID? How's your family? Do you still have a job?
That doesn't freak people out.
Would you be freaked out if I did that? Instead, I just looked at my phone, saw your name, and just thought I should reach out to you. I haven't talked to you in so long, and I'm just curious how you're doing. How are you?
Right, but then as soon as you bring up having to do in real estate, then it's obvious.
Well,
that would be obvious to the receiving end. They're only calling you because they just got their real estate.
That's another.
That is. Yeah, but what if it's a natural conversation?
It seems ingenuine.
Disingenuous, exactly, and nobody likes fake. Authenticity is compelling.
Right.
Phoniness is a turn.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. It's like
So
I feel
here's
like
what I
going through
would
your
say.
contacts and contacting people that you haven't spoken to in forever, and you have no reason to, other than that you just become a real estate agent, comes off as like, this guy just called me.
But
Well,
what if you don't
But that's
have
your
it?
thought. That's not their thought. They don't know that's the reason why you're calling your purpose.
And you don't have
Okay,
to
so
say,
in
if you,
these
you're
in these 10 people,
Like, how are you doing?
Right.
Them? I mean, like, you're.
you don't have to bring up real estate in this conversation at
So
all.
Jack-
You just call them to connect.
So Jack, let
it's
me
the
do.
Ford
Yeah,
conversation.
let me do a role play with you. Okay, so I'm calling you, Jack, and I ask you how you doing, Jack. How's your family doing during this time?
It's been awesome. We've been great. We live in the cabin. How have you been?
I'm doing great. Family is good. They're safe and everything. So what are you doing right now? Like, how's work going for you?
Work is great. Just started at Keller Williams.
Oh, cool. That's great. That's awesome. Now, what is usually the reciprocal for when I ask about what you do with work? What do you usually ask me?
Right. Right, exactly. So what you're
Oh,
saying,
that's
you
great,
provoke
Jack.
them to bring it up.
That's
Got it.
great,
Okay.
Jack. I'm glad you asked me. I just started a new business with Keller Williams Realty, just like you and everything. So do you see, like, when you make it about them first,
Got it.
and it's about them,
Okay.
it's a natural human nature reciprocal to reciprocate it back. It's kind of like when you tell someone I love you, if they don't like you, but hopefully if they love you, they're going to say I love you back. If you ask someone, or you say to someone, hello, how are you doing? What do they usually say?
Good, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing today? See how it reciprocates? So when I ask about you and your family, what you're doing, most of the time they will reciprocate and ask about you. And then you can say, oh, by the way, I'm doing this. You
Mhm.
see, now it's a two-way communication about checking on each other and seeing what's going on in each other's lives. Okay?
Mhm.
Now, how do you feel about that?
Really natural right
It is.
now too, especially in COVID, to say, how about your job?
Yeah.
Do you even still have a job? I know this time has been really hard on people. That's an authentic
Yeah.
question to ask people, and you have a real reason to ask them about that. And if they've been laid off and they're really scared, now their house is in forbearance, then you can say, I might be able to help you with that. If you started in real estate and you have some resources, I'd love to be able to help you. You're always going to come from care, compassion, and then common sense tells you whether or not you bring up real estate.
Right.
Got it.
But you make it about them first.
Got it. Following.
Cool?
All right.
You feel better about it?
Feel better.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so again, for acknowledgement, we celebrate. I love celebrating people's milestones, wins, successes. Y'all know that in the group coaching world, right?
Mhm.
And so also IGNITE, we want to track that as well. So when you get a buyer's agreement, or you take your first buyer out, or you have a great conversation with the seller, or you get a contract, anything, we want to celebrate and we want to track it. Okay, so we'll ask you if you have any milestones and wins and successes, just about every day, because we want to make sure that we're celebrating, acknowledging your achievements through Ignite. Right, Wendy?
Exactly.
Okay.
And
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I would be interested in finding out if you were to rate your commitment to getting those 10 contacts every day. And just stop and think internally about that. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rank your commitment to do that every day?
10.
Becky, go ahead.
10. I'm a 10.
I love that. Okay, good, because that means we're gonna hold you accountable to that. That means when you show up ready, we'll say, how's it going?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
And you're not getting 10, that's a different conversation. Jack?
10.
The heat is on.
I'm coming.
I love it. I love it. That means at the end of the month, we're gonna have a massive celebration when all of you have 200 contacts in your database, because you contacted them, you put them in your database, and that is a whopping, incredible, powerful place to start from.
It is. It truly is. So, if you're committed to 10, that means if you cannot walk in here with 0 or 1 or 2 or anything like that, is that correct? Becky, everybody?
It is. Yep.
Because I'm going to hold you accountable. Meaning that if you miss your 10, you have to make it up. Because at the end of the month, we want you to have 200. We don't want you to have 180, 165, 200. So your goal is to make sure that you have your 200 by the time you graduate. In fact, I might make that a requirement that you can't graduate unless you have your 200 contacts. I just thought about that.
I'm thinking about all the ways we're gonna celebrate. I'm thinking about what vendor I'm gonna line up, what
know, so you have a
fabulous
big
lunch we're gonna
celebration
make
and
when
stuff.
they
What?
hit their 200.
What qualifies as a contact? Like earlier, you said that you could be talking to someone in line
Yes.
in the grocery store.
It-
But like in that conversation, you're not gonna get a person's name, last name, phone number, and email.
Why not? If you ask for it.
I'm not gonna ask. Just for someone.
Jack.
I can
Phone
get
number
it.
and email in the grocery line.
Well, if they, I heard someone say, I mean, sometimes they'll see, like, you've got your name tag on, or you've got something Kelly Williams on, and I'll say, oh, I was just thinking about, I heard the market is crazy, what do you know? And you have a conversation. And then you can say to them, what are you gonna give them that's valuable? No, you're gonna tell them, you know what, if you give me your name and address, I can send you some information just about where you live. And it'll just tell you what the market's actually doing, and you'll be able to keep track of your own market stats. It's a monthly email that'll just come right about your own neighborhood. Would you like that? You've just given them a piece of value.
So I'm going to tell you a story. So I moved here a year and a half, almost 2 years now. Oh man, it's always been 2 years. And I remember the first time that I went around the corner down the street in Minnetonka, I saw that the gas station right there. And it was cold, everybody's going in. I was getting my hot chocolate and stuff in the gas station. I was standing in line, and this guy was in front of me. He turned around and says, man, it's freezing. And he had on work clothes, boots. And I says, yeah, it's really, it's Minnesota. It's very cold out there and stuff. And he was like, that's all you're worried? Because I had like a jacket on. I says, yeah, I'm still getting used to the area. And we were just talking. And then I asked him, I said, so what do you do? I see, are you in construction? He's like, yeah, I remodel homes. I actually remodel my own investment homes. And I says, oh, that's cool. I'm in real estate. That's awesome. He's like, oh, really? Hey, would you want to come by and see one of my investment properties sometime? I was like, sure. Where do you live? He's around the corner. He says, well, I got time now. Literally from the gas station, I followed him to his house, and his wife was there, and they just remodeled, and they were close. They were in Deep Haven, this $800,000 home that they remodeled. And literally, it was a conversation that I wasn't planning, having hot chocolate with a man and going to his house that day in front of a listing appointment right there on the spot from the start of a conversation. Now, if you want to miss opportunities like that, then you're right. Don't say anything. Don't give out contact. Don't. But do you understand that you have to realize that everybody has a roof over their head? It's either they own it or they lease it. Is that correct? Or they're homeless, right? So that means everybody you come around, there's an opportunity for them to own a home or lease a home. Is that correct? So it doesn't matter where you are or who you're around, they're an opportunity. And remember, we're servicing. When I told him I was in real estate, he wanted my help. He says, can you come see the house? Tell me what you think. We're about to put on the market and stuff like that. So I didn't even have to say anything. I just told him I was in real estate. That's how powerful you are as a real estate agent. And I don't think you know it yet, but you'll see. Okay? All you, if anything, even if you introduce yourself and say, hey, my name is Jack. I'm Keller Williams in real estate. The conversation switches and you'll see more people will be asking you questions. How's the market, Jack? Isn't that the favorite question? Whenever they find out you're in real estate, what's the first question they ask you? Becky, what's the first question they ask you when they find out you're in real estate?
How is the market? What's it doing in Elk River?
The sales market. How's interest rate? And Jack will be like, okay. So do you see, you don't have to think that you have to go like this. Just open yourself out and you will track this. Okay.
I sent out a link to House of Magnets, and they have our KW Lake Minnetonka logo on a name badge, one of those magnetic name badges. You can get your name on there. It says realtor, 2 for $10 or $12 or something. Badges. And you wear them every place. Just wear them all the time. And when you're in line, I have heard more stories of people in line at Starbucks or the grocery store or whatever that say, oh, you're in real estate? How's the market?
Exactly.
What's going on? We were just thinking about, I mean, it's the simplest form of passive lead generation I've
All you
ever
have to do is wear a
seen.
name badge. Who has a name badge? Does everybody have a name badge yet? Okay. We need to get name
I'll
badges
get
for
that link
everybody.
out to everybody again.
We're stitching a different gym the other day, and one of the guys at the gym had this shirt and said like I'm a realtor and asked me about houses or something like that, and I just like walking around the gym. Like, and that's like his workout shirt.
Yeah.
That's great. That's perfect. The other thing is if you have the KW app and you're talking to someone, they're asking you, you can say, well, I'll share my app with you, and then you'll be able to just give me your phone number. So they give you their phone number so you can text them the link to the app. Well, now
What's the purpose of giving someone the app?
So you can see all the listings.
The KW app?
yeah,
You're a KW. You're
it's
branded.
branded to you.
You're a branded KW.
So then when you give it to them, they'll be able to
What would be on my KW app right now?
Oh,
It's
maybe the question.
searching. You could, have you set yours up?
No.
Okay. So either I or Mary Kaczynski could help you do that. And then when you share it, say, do you want me to, I can email this to you or text it to you. And now you're giving them something of value that lets them
I didn't know that.
search and you can capture information.
So this is the thing. To me, it's an electronic business card. They can't throw it away. Like if you gave your business card out, then I can throw the phone away. So
Yeah,
it's there.
I didn't know that we had that.
And then the other thing too is that they can search anywhere, not just in Minnesota, but anywhere in the country. So they could be at the relative's house, say, hey, let's look at homes around you. Watch this. Watch on my app that Jack gave me. Oh, look at all the homes here in California. So they can use your app anywhere, not just here. So that's a pretty powerful tool.
I'm talking how to use the broken muscle and that works out pretty
Yep.
well. So instead of just like having you sign up, I have them send me, like I send them the link to the app, and then they sign up for the app and they can see the house that they're looking at now, and they can see other things too. And then I already now have their phone.
Yep. So set that up. Have you had your meeting with Mary?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about the app. Yeah.
We didn't talk about that.
Okay. All right. We'll check on that. That's usually part of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So, are y'all excited about Ignite?
Mega.
Mega
Good.
excited? Good. Good. Christine?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to meet all these people that I just took notes about. So,
Becky? Hey, Becky.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely excited. So
Tell me about your experience. I know you've taken the night before in the past, right?
I have. It was a long time ago though. So I'm excited by the teachers that I hear this time coming up, the real experts in the various areas. So that's one thing that's really appealing to me.
Awesome, awesome. All right, any questions or anything?
The only two instructors I haven't gotten confirmation from are Christy and Ben.
Okay,
So I will follow up with them.
okay. All right, and then, in person, it could be in person, it's preferable, but we also will have it hybrid and virtually as well.
So we're meeting in here Monday through Friday, starting at 9.
9 o'clock.
9 to
Noon.
9 to noon, and then Wednesdays.
Wednesdays will stop at 11 for a team meeting.
Yeah. Yep.
But then
It's
it'll
always
be a
9 to
team
noon.
meeting till noon.
Yep.
So,
Now, see, Jack, the good thing about coming in person is guess who's going to be in here in person? Well, the instructors.
yes,
Right.
the instructors, and they see.
And my coach and Wendy.
Yeah. That's right.
So when everybody else leaves off virtually, we have an instructor here. You can come up to the instructor and ask him some questions and stuff. And get some little bit one-on-one time with them, All right, good.
And then what about, so like our group coaching is at 9 on Wednesday.
So it'll be part of the.
So it'll
be
just
here
be
instead. Yep,
this instead.
yep. Because I'll be still keeping you accountable and lead generation stuff during that time. So
And it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Tuesday, Thursday is your homework time.
Oh, okay, so we meet Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday,
Tuesday, Thursday, you're gonna have
Yeah,
homework and you'll have your
and she'll
test.
send out a calendar to Archie. You think you post a calendar on her?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send them each a calendar invite to each day for everybody who's registered.
Okay,
So I will send them a calendar invite and they can accept all the ones that they plan to attend.
okay.
And that will automatically sync it into their calendar.
And Trey or Wendy, you said it was 9 to noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm having a little difficulty with audio on my end, but
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
except for Wednesday when we have the team meeting, it's 9 to 11 on Wednesdays.
But
Okay.
then you'll stick around till noon for team meeting.
Yeah.
got it. Thank you.
All right. Any questions? Okay. All right. I'll see you all on Monday.
Will any of the sessions be recorded?
Everything will be recorded.
I'm just thinking like if I can't make one.
Because I know you
I
still
just have
adopted
a
consent
question
letter,
regarding
that's
my
right.
personal schedule.
And Ashley
What about-
Bull has a, she has
Oh,
a full-time job.
Hold on.
so she-
All right, Becky. I'll see you Monday.
See you then. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Becky.
Bye.
Do those like go on YouTube?
Um,
Because that's where the-
so on Mondays, I